Hi, it's
Happy
Rumsey and
Monday.
Boyer.
Happy Monday.
Only 2 more weeks of school until Christmas break, so we need to push really hard to get through to that last couple days. But we are both out today learning some new computer stuff. We're actually pretty excited, not just because we get to go learn computer stuff. But
And you have 2 fabulous guest teachers here today, so please be excellent for them.
First hour.
First hour too. The rest of you don't get that luxury.
Today, what we would like for you to do, my second and third blocks, you need to finish your geometry review worksheet from Friday. First hour didn't have that because we had some printing problems, but second and third, you have that review worksheet. So if you were not here on Friday, you missed our quiz, you'll have to make that quiz up maybe tomorrow. But you can go ahead and get this worksheet, it's 2 pages, from your lovely substitute teachers today. And a reminder that the answer key for this, your answers, is online. So if you need to check your work, or if by chance you don't remember how to do it, you could look that up online because I worked out the problems.
Oh,
I know.
That's a nice feature.
That is nice, right? You can go ahead and fill those in and get that done so that you have no questions about that before we get going here.
Second up, 2 different things you need to add to your thinking map. Okay, if you didn't make a thinking map, please make your thinking map.
Now's the time.
Remember, we had on the top Pythagorean theorem. Underneath we had SOHCAHTOA. Then we had law of sines. Then we had law of cosines. On the left-hand side, we had the type of triangle. On the other side, we had when to use it. So that was the original thinking map. Now,
and that's online from Wednesday.
Ooh, perfect. Go back to Wednesday. It's online. Now today, you're going to add to it how to convert degrees to radians and vice versa, radians to degrees. And remember, you will always use the same conversion factor. You're always using pi equals 180 degrees. Remember, pi is going to be on the bottom when you're converting 2 degrees, and pi would be on top when you're converting those degrees to the radians. So you're going to want to add that to your thinking map. You're also going to write on your thinking map about graphing for sine of x and cosine of x, and with that sine curve and that cosine curve, okay? And remember, we did that back on Thursday, I believe.
Thursday.
And we talked about that we had with the pi over 2 and the pi and the 3 pi over 2 and then 2 pi, okay, and where that fell on the curve.
Next, we have new review sheets for today. And I don't know if you haven't checked the other board lately, but we have a test this week on Friday. And there were a few of us who did not know what we were doing when we took the quiz last Friday. So now is the time. We're going to be doing a lot of review this week to get ready for our test on Friday. And so we have a couple of review sheets today. One of them is going to be doing that conversion from radians to degrees that Boyer was just talking about. One of them is going to be solving right triangles. And remember, we solve right triangles, we could use SOHCAHTOA, we could use law of sines, we could use law of cosines.
Love that law of
And
sines.
I even wrote on there to remind you which one you want to use. You can pick.
Excellent.
There's one that's practiced just on law of cosines because that was the one that was tripping a lot of us up on Friday. And then there's one on graphing. And we haven't done a lot with our graphing yet. So one thing we want to remember is that we need to change to radian mode when we're graphing. So we have to be in radian mode to make that graph correctly. So one, we're going to make sure we switch to radian mode. Another thing that you might want to notice today for graphing is they wrote the problems like sine 3 theta.
And theta is that beautiful little...
It's a fancy Greek letter.
It
I know how
is.
some of you like your Greek letters very much. But if you look at your calculator, on our calculator, you ready? We're going to make everyone sick. See, we're coming in closer. Are we close yet? Can you read it? Right here, next to our alpha button, there's our X button. We always push X there. Oh, look, 2 over, there's theta. I know I'm really loud right now because I'm close to the camera. So we want to look at our calculator and remember that it doesn't matter if it says 3 theta or 3x, it's the same thing. So you can just hit that X button when you're trying to put that in your y equals. So we're going to put that in our y equals then as sine 3 x. And it will do the same thing, doesn't matter if we put it in as x or if we wanted it to be theta, it's all the same. And then the third thing, the only other thing we need to remember, is they are going to give you a little grid here. And we want a graph to match that grid. So when I look at this first one, I thought to myself, I should set my window up to match what they have here. And so I'm going to make sure that when I'm setting my window, I'm going to hit my window button. And the first thing that comes up is my X minimum. And I kind of looked at this and noticed it didn't go left at all on your first one. So I'm going to set my X minimum to 0, Boyer.
For that particular
For this problem. Actually, for all of them because they're the same.
They all do start. Perfect.
Oh, they do. And then I'm going to set my X maximum. And the X maximums change a little bit. On this first one, my X maximum is 360 degrees, which is the same thing as what in radians?
Ooh. Me?
Yeah, you're it.
2 pi.
2 pi. So for the first two, I need to make sure that my X max is 2 pi. But then I get down here and I have like 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi.
You're saying my X max should be in pi?
Yeah, you know why?
Like,
because we switched it to radians.
15 pi?
Maybe.
8 pi is crazy. Okay, so, but it's going to vary, but it's got to be in pi.
It's going to be some form of pie. Yep.
Cherry pie.
Not apple pie.
Chocolate pie.
And then my Y max and my Y min don't change. Chocolate pie.
I love chocolate pie. You know, like cream pie.
Have you ever had chocolate pie?
I wonder, for like a gazillion points of imaginary extra credit and a trip to the Bahamas, they can try to guess who videotaped us today.
Oh, that's funny. She won't be able to keep it a secret anyway.
No, because she wants an imaginary trip to the Bahamas.
And so, if you look at your charts, you can just look at them. They're all the same, Boyer.
They are.
They are. They all have a maximum of 6 and a minimum of -6.
So it's going to be 6 and -6.
Right. And then you should be able to graph all of the problems on your sheet in a window that matches the form that they have there. So you have a little bit of SOHCAHTOA if you choose to use it. You have a little bit of law of sines, law of cosines, definitely. A few converting from radians to degrees, and then we're going to do a few of our graphing.
Really, that converting is much simpler than some of you made that out to be last week on that quiz. So take a step back and a deep breath and phone a friend.
Or as cha-cha.
Right.
And then finally, what else do we have to do today, Boyer?
Oh, I started putting in some of our assignments from last week, and we are missing quite a few. So last week, we had a couple of different worksheets we did, and a little bit of bookwork that one day.
Yeah.
So when you're done, do not phone a friend and do not have fun, but please finish up all missing assignments so we can get those in the grade book and get that up to date.
And I think they're accurate in the grade book right now.
I'm pretty sure we are.
I think they're going to all be in by the time you're watching this video. So you should be able to check your own Power School and see if you're missing anything.
Right?
If I was missing a prize, like a product or a homework assignment or something like that, could I bring in a new unwrapped toy by Thursday and it would erase that assignment?
Yes, you could. And you know, that's a very excellent thing, not only for your grade, but for some child whose Christmas will be made brighter with a new toy.
Because every child deserves a gift at Christmas.
They do, and I myself have already brought some in.
Me too.
Excellent. Can I get some assignments erased?
Unfortunately, you don't get paid if you don't do your assignments.
Darn it all.
Dang. Anything else you would like to add for today?
Please be good, because your behavior reflects us.
Be nice, children. And remember,
Only
it's that
you
time of season.
can prevent forest fires.
This is true as well. Have fun, have a great day, and we will see you on Tuesday.
Happy Monday.